What was that?
I was going like this or something.
Happy Friday. Sally's happy.
Mm.
Hope everybody's having a good morning. It's Friday. You know what that means, right?
Pee Wee Herman's gonna be on the show?
Yep. Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Didn't he end up in jail after his big adventure?
Yes, he did. I just like it because it says tequila.
It's never too early in the morning for tequila.
That's right. You are correct. Well, I hope everyone's having a good morning. Good morning, Turtle Trader and Frankie's Finds. Tim from Tempe.
Mary O.
Mary O. Yeah, Tim said that he did Barney and Sesame Street guy.
What?
I didn't know that, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Wow.
He did. I'm confused.
Okay.
Okay.
He did. Barney did. And the Sesame Street guy did.
I don't know.
Can somebody explain?
Can somebody define did?
Yeah.
All arrested. Oh, those are all. I got you.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
They were all arrested. Like our whole childhood was full of perverts.
Oh.
They're all now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I remember when Pee Wee Herman was arrested.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Who'd
How
ever
could
thought
this
it? He
possibly...
seems so normal. That's your phone, Sally.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Barney was being drunk in public. Pee-wee, the Sesame Dude for lewd acts in public. Yep. That's good to know. Crazy. Well, I hope everybody's having a good morning.
Let's go right now.
What's wrong, Sally?
Nothing. I'm all good. Nothing is wrong. Ever.
I feel good. Oh my goodness. Morning, Tracy. Cash. Hope y'all are doing good. How's everybody doing on their sales?
I had to.
Yesterday was down a little bit. Tuesday and Wednesday were great, but yesterday was down.
Yeah. I hope that this weekend is going to be just as good as last weekend.
I hope this weekend is better than last weekend.
Trying to remember what last weekend was.
You did good last weekend, I think.
I did good last weekend. It was all the weekends before that that were kind of sucky.
Yeah.
I've got to get back into listing, and I mean, I did a little bit this week, but I've really got to hammer out some stuff laying around here, comic books and Christmas villages. And I think one of my projects coming up soon is going to be, I've got a lot of holes in my shelves. I need to reconsolidate and then list some of this big stuff and do it on the shelf.
This is not the same package, Dusty, just for your info. This is a different one.
Pretty sure you've been wrapping that same one for 15 minutes.
Nope. It's different. I promise.
Tim
But
said
still looks
he sold 3 yesterday, one at 105. Nice. One at 1845.
Right.
One at 26. But being a noob, I'm happy. So now eBay is holding monies, but at least I'm on my way now. That's right.
That's an awesome noob day, though.
That's really good.
And once you get far enough in, Tim, I don't know how new you are, but I mean, you may already know this, but once you get far enough in, even with the money hold, and eventually it'll go away, but you know, with the money hold, it'll end up rotating out. So even though you have stuff being held from today, you might have stuff clearing tomorrow from 4 or 5 days ago or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
it seems to go by really fast, actually.
once you get it started and get steady, yeah. But that's an awesome day for anybody, even especially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, especially that 105 one. That's really good.
I got to ask what the 105 was, though, if you don't mind sharing. What kind of item?
Spill the goods, Tim.
Was Canada shipped? Did you ship it to Canada, or did you use global shipping? I started to ask where he's at, but I know he's in Tempe. I don't know why.
Arizona.
Yeah, I know. No way.
Oh.
Bronze 4, signed and numbered. Cool.
Bronze horse. Huh?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Person wanted priority.
I'm all caught up.
Tim, do you use the global shipping, or did you just ship it regular to Canada? I think Dusty already asked you that. Oh, so he didn't have to have a broker. I see.
Speaking of which, talking about global shipping program, and this has been going around for a while, but I had an item that sold yesterday. It was 4 water filters, but they're big, long, heavy water filter. No, it's 6 of them, 6 water filters. And the person immediately did a request for invoice. And when they do that, it kicks it out of the global shipping program. That glitch has been going on. I have had that glitch a year, maybe over a year, maybe a year and a half. A lot of the international people know that. So I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to do that, but I also don't want to lose like an $80 sale. And so I'm like, okay. And I was in the hangout with Eric, and Eric goes, well, I'll figure up the shipping. And I laid him on the scale. It was going to be like 7 or 8 pounds going to the UK. And it was going to be even, I wouldn't have been able to fit him in any kind of medium flat rate. It would have been weight based, and it was going to be about $70.
Wow. And
I was like, well, that was kind of stupid on their part, because I'm going to tell you right now, global shipping, even with the 2 fees, you know, they charge the 2 fees together. I'll tell you right now, global shipping wouldn't have been that much. So them trying to circumvent. So I was about to send them an invoice. It was going to be about 70, and Eric's like, I'd tell them $100. If they don't want them, don't buy them. And I thought about it. I thought, wait a minute. And I thought, you know, and the one thing I like about the Anchor store is I have that direct number, and they answer, and you tell them your name and verify your address, and give them a little bit. I mean, it's really fast. You don't have to go through the eBay thing and, you know, get the 6-digit number and get connected to India, and they don't understand what you're saying and all that. Get a Queen's English speaking person on the phone. Immediately I said, and he goes, yeah, that's a known loophole. And I said, yeah, it's been going on for a year. So at what point are they going to fix it?
Mhm.
And he goes, well, it's one of those, they tell us they're working on it, but of course they don't give us any kind of timeline. I said, well, so my options here are obviously, and I asked him, I said, correct me if I'm wrong, is to ship international, to go ahead and do it. I said, is there any way to opt it back in? I said, is there any way to do anything to the buyers that are doing that crap? Because they know what they're doing.
Mhm.
And he goes, no, not really. And I said, what if I cancel the order and choose the reason as there's a problem with the buyer's address? And he goes, yeah, you can, but if it requires confirmation for them to confirm it and they don't, he said, you may have issues on later on down the road. He goes, but I'm notating all of it. He said that if they left you negative feedback or whatever, they refuse the cancellation. And he said, or you can let it go to an unpaid item case and just let it sit there. I'm like, no, I don't want to drag this crap out now.
Yeah.
And so I picked cancel the order, problem with the buyer's address, and it actually went through automatically to the second page and said, congratulations, you've canceled an order. It didn't wait for them to confirm it or whatever. So I hated to lose the sale. I mean, those will sell eventually, to somebody else. It's not a big deal, but it was kind of a mistake on the buyer's part. Because I'm going to tell you right now, they would have come out a whole lot cheaper to just go through the global shipping. I can just about guarantee you it wouldn't have been $80, So
Good to know.
So if you get somebody that buys something through global shipping and it immediately says, buyer has requested total amount or whatever, just know that that's a loophole that eBay is aware of, and it means that they kicked it out of global shipping program. I think it's been mentioned in groups and stuff, but I just thought I'd bring it up because it happened to me.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's really stupid that they can't fix the loophole, but normally when it stayed in global shipping, if you tried to go in and click send invoice, it would say, we're sorry, this was done through global shipping. You cannot send an invoice.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What they've done is figured out that if they request an invoice, it kicks it out of the program.
Oh.
Well, that sucks.
Good morning, Mr. Sadie.
Good morning, Nikki.
Morning. Sorry about that. I got an
It's
email
fine.
this morning saying that my Apple ID had changed. My password had changed.
Oh.
Now, I have an Android phone. I haven't had an iPhone in years. And it said it was done from China.
Oh my God.
Well, they've charged over $100 and some on my Apple ID
Oh my gosh.
on the game of Clash Royale and Barrel of Gems. Well, they charged in-app purchases of over $100 on my Apple ID, which came out of my bank account.
Oh.
And so I was on the phone with them, Apple support. And of course, I haven't had anything in years. Who the hell knows what I answered for security questions? And she's like, well, you're not answering your security questions right. I'm like, oh my God, I am Nicole Bauer. I'm just like,
Right.
Jesus, God, listen to me, I mean, you got to sit here and try to prove who you are. I had this account. Who the hell knows what I put in? I was in a hurry to get my iPhone up and going. Who knows what I put in there,
Yeah.
So now I got to go look on my bank and make sure everything's been put back in there. I mean, this is just before my Pennsylvania trip. I mean, I don't want to lose, just before I go on my trip.
Right. Yeah, that's crap.
Yeah.
I just had a freaking weird thing happen too. My Facebook on my other page, my Facebook, like the web page died. Like it said, unresponsive, wait or kill. And so I put to kill it, and then I go on I bring my Facebook back up, and there was somebody trying to friend request me, and their name was Saeed El Saeed.
Oh, geez.
Uh-oh.
I was like, that's weird.
Hmm.
Just, weird that happened, and then I have a freaking friend request right there.
Right. Did you accept it?
No. Yep.
I'm just, I'm just asking.
For friends.
I ain't that messed up, Valerie.
I was just asking.
No, I just, I think it's weird. Weird things happen to my, like, I don't know if it's my internet, but my computer,
Mm-hmm.
like a bug or something, but I keep my computer pretty clean as far as, I don't download a whole bunch of stuff. I don't click on links that I don't know about, or, anything like that.
You don't frequent.
I'm pretty, no. If I went, I'm telling you, I think if I went to Pornhub once, my computer would die.
Yeah.
That's just it. Porn kills computers.
Right.
Both my kids know this. Job, he got his computer. He spent like $500 on his computer because it was supposed to be like gaming and stuff. And he had that thing going for about a week, and Brandon had to wipe it because he had been on porn sites.
Right.
And it's like, just letting you know that porn will kill your computer. And then all that
Right.
money is Tiffany C says, but it's the best though. And the same thing happened with their I think it was a PSP or something.
Yeah.
And they had been on.
Yeah, if you want your porn, you're better off to just go take the money and spend it on DVDs and stuff instead of
Yeah, true.
websites, I mean, whatever. So whatever.
Or a
But
prostitute or
computer.
something. Just get it all out of the way.
Yeah, or buy a really cheap computer that you don't give a shit about. And,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because porn, that's the quickest way. And then some of these gaming sites, my great nephew, he always, every single time he touches a damn computer, it's a piece of crap afterwards. And it's all these, and it's these gaming sites. You know how many computers
Yeah.
I've had to clean out because of him? And I'm like, stay off these damn gaming sites. Well, they're free games, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, they're free because they're throwing a bunch of crap on your computer.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and I won't, well, I have a computer, but I don't let them touch my computer now. I mean, I don't have it on the internet anymore anyways. That's why I just use my devices, because I'm so sick of fixing computers.
Mary O had a question. I was at a rummage sale and they had a bunch of Did you hear that?
Hear what?
It sounded like thunder. Okay, maybe it's just me. I was at a rummage sale and they had a bunch of Marvel comic books. They are the thicker books. Are they good sellers? Best thing to do, Mary O. I don't know if you know how to search on eBay and look at. Do you hear that?
I heard something. I don't know what it was, though.
It sounded like thunder to me. But the best way to do is go to your eBay. The bar at the top not the address bar, but it says shop by category and it has an arrow and then there's a blank bar.
Mm-hmm.
Put in whatever your like Marvel comic books and then go to search. And you when you do that, you can click over on advanced. Advanced, that's going to bring up another page and you just put a check mark and sold listings. And then you push search again. And that will give you all the times that it's sold. I don't know what the time frame is on that, like 6 months or something. Do you know, Dusty?
What are we talking about?
Like sold items.
They only list last 3 months.
Last 3 months. Okay.
90 days.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm just telling her how to look that up.
The Marvel Mary O.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends. Marvel, the thicker books. I mean, it depends on if they're the annual. I mean, they could be newer and be worth something if they're the thicker books, but if they're older, they could definitely be worth something. A lot of the newer stuff isn't really worth anything. They could be the king size. They have king size comics, or they had annual ones with Marvel that came out like once a year that might have been a little thicker. Now they could have also been coloring books. Hang on, I was going to give you an example. I've actually got one around here. I mean, it was something like this. Hold on. When you say thicker books, like these are Marvel. Well, they're Stanley, whatever. I guess that'd be still, yeah, Marvel. These are Marvel, and these were Maze books, like coloring books.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps if they're not written in, but like those are thicker. It just depends on what kind of you're talking about. Those are actually worth some decent money. I don't remember, maybe like $20 a piece, maybe more.
Yeah, she said Dusty thicker than
Thicker
that.
than that. Then it depends. I mean, you just have to look them up because I don't know what that would be. Do you remember the name of them? Oh, yeah, they could be. Tim had a good point. The ones that are like 4x, were they little like that? The easiest way to look up a comic, if it has a number, I'll give you a really good example. Like the easiest way to look something up is like just go and put in The Thing comic and put in the number, put in 40.
Oh.
If they have a number, of course, if they're thicker books, they may not have a number. Or like this one, I would put in Spider-Man comic 134.
The Weather Channel is a liar.
Okay.
You a damn liar.
There was like, it said 0 for precipitation, and it's freaking raining right now.
Well, it's a 0% chance it's not going to precipitate.
Maybe. And then that thunder is going crazy out there right now. I thought it was a dump truck or something. But it was shaking my floor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I always look up stuff that way. I used to do completed listings a lot because that will tell you all the times that it is not sold. It'll bring up all the times it'll not sold that it has. I can't talk. That it has not sold, and then all the times that it's sold within the last 3 months, like 90 days or whatever. Are you okay, Valerie?
Yep.
Okay. And so, no, it's not an earthquake, Turtle Trader. It's
We know
just,
what earthquakes feel like.
yes. But yeah, if you ever need help with any of this stuff, like learning how to I don't know if you know how to look up items on eBay or not, but if you don't, you could message me or Valerie or Dusty and we'll let you know. We'll let you know how to do it. I tried to put in the address of the sale and it wouldn't let me, so you can see the photos. Oh.
Yeah, I think
Well,
sometimes if the item has sold, and this has been my experience, if the item's sold, it doesn't let you go back into the picture part. That was the same problem I was having when I was listing something
on the where?
on eBay.
Okay, if it's sold, all you have to do is go into, like, you click on the picture and then it'll bring it up. Okay, it will actually have it on the, it'll show ads in between.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you can click see original listing, or you could just click on the picture. Time, and that will bring up the listing.
Gotcha.
I kind of had to find my way through that. Yeah, she was talking about the garage sale ad that was on Craigslist.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking that she was talking about too.
Yeah, Hank Allen Cash says,
Yeah.
yeah, Megan, that's I was trying to think of what it exactly said, or what it said exactly.
Yeah, comic books can be good. Like, you know, just like Dusty just bought a boatload, you know, and you know, because, you know, some of the ones that aren't selling for very much, you can lot them together usually. Year, if you buy a bunch all together. But if you just buy, you know, a few here, a few there, sometimes they don't sell for much.
Right.
But like if you buy those thick ones, which I don't know if the annual one or whatever, those should probably go for a little bit more money. Depending on how much you buy them for.
Right.
How's your sales been, Valerie?
Steady. I haven't been listing as well as I did last week. Last week I listed 20 items per day. And this week
Yeah.
I haven't done that, which I should be, but I didn't do. And so it definitely showed in sales. So today I'm going to get on it and I made some listing or some drafts last night. So I'm going to get those up and get going, and hopefully it'll be a good weekend. And I check my, you know, I always check my markdown manager. I always put a sale on every day.
I gotta do that right now, actually.
Every day. And then I also, while I'm doing that, I also go in and check my promoted listings and see what's ready to be, you know, clicked on.
I actually was able to get that up yesterday and had it for me.
Great. That's awesome.
And as soon as I did that, I got a sale.
Yep.
Like, yeah. Turtle Trader says, Nikki, okay? All right. She was talking in here a little bit ago.
Yeah, I don't know what she had to do, but she said she had to go for a minute.
She'll be back.
Yeah. Morning, Jack. He said medium flat rate priority boxes are the best things to happen to comic book dealers in a while. You can fit 50 in one of those sizes. Works well for bulk shipments. Yeah. That's sounds like a good
Are you
deal.
listing? Are you listing, Megan? She says her sales are slow.
Yeah.
Just keep listing. Just keep listing.
You know, like, who is it? Dory? It's Dory, right? On Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Yeah, you just have to keep at it. Keep your mind off of the sales and keep your mind on the listings.
Sorry, I'm so yawny today.
That's okay.
I didn't sleep.
My whole face is yawny. I haven't got no hits on the motorcycle pants yet.
No?
No,
Any
I still
watchers?
have 2 watchers
That's good.
and like 45 views.
Great.
Dang, where's the coffee at, Valerie?
I know, man. I'm just, woo. It just hit me, and I'm like, whoa.
Maybe I'm rubbing off on you through the web wires.
Maybe. So I've been actually selling, and that's probably one of the reason why I haven't listed on eBay as much this week, is I've been selling a lot of things on my Facebook marketplace.
Right.
I've got quite a few things listed, and so yesterday I sold a bike. It was like a beach cruiser. I sold that, and then I sold a wagon that I had in my garden. It was all rusted out, and it was pretty rough. But yeah, I'm just trying to sell things. I've got somebody coming for a grill today, and then somebody coming for a fishing lot that I made up. So, and then
Cool.
I got a call on the chipper, the wood chipper. Somebody is interested in that. So, things are coming along, and it's definitely a good way to make some extra money. So
It's okay. We'll forgive you.
I should have turned my thingy off.
Good one.
did you hork?
Huh?
Did what?
I said, did you hork?
Oh. Taking my word now, Valerie.
Jack Smack said medium flat rate priority box are the best thing to happen to comic book dealers in a while. You can fit 50 in one of those sizes. Works great for bulk shipments. The other thing to check out, and I agree with him, the other thing to check out, and I wasn't using these until recently. I've always used the small, whatever, regional A. I mean, I knew these were around forever, but I just never ordered any because I'm stuck in my ways or whatever. I actually shipped a yearbook, an old 1924 yearbook, in one of these yesterday that was like 9 pounds going to California. And so that regional A ships at the 2-pound rate plus a little bit. And it fit perfectly. It had like a 1/4 of an inch on either side that I could put some bubble wrap, and I put a little bubble wrap on the sides. So that, look into ordering that regional A. Eric kept on me for, you should order some of those. You should order. I'm like, dude, I'll never use them. And I've used them about 3 times in the last couple months.
Yeah, I like the regional boxes.
Tim asked if anybody uses the shoe boxes. I love the shoe boxes because I always have something long and funky they're perfect for.
Yep.
Mhm. Or you can use 2.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the shoe boxes.
They're great. I would say probably the boxes that I use the most are probably the shoe box would be my number 1 used box, followed by probably regional A and B in no particular order. Medium flat rate, not so much. Large flat rate, hardly ever, like literally never. Just because when I get into that size or weight, rather, when I get into that weight, it seems like I end up usually just kicking over to FedEx. Ends up being the cheaper option.
Mm.
Good morning, Sally.
What are you saying to me?
Snuffleupagus, what? Where?
Oh, Dusty. Have you bought anything this week?
Bought anything?
Yeah.
No, I bought all the comic books and stuff last week, and that's kept me pretty busy. But I almost ran by my favorite little thrift store on the way to the gas station yesterday. The one where we found that like really expensive $5,000-$6,000 oil painting for $10. Now I'm always tempted to go back in there because I know they miss stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel like stopping. Just wasn't in the mood.
Have fun at your prom, TJ. That sounds exciting.
I don't remember my prom. I think, a lot of things I don't remember.
I didn't go to my prom because my dad wouldn't let me. Because, that's the devil's handiwork there,
Because people might be dancing with Kevin Bacon there.
I'm telling you, I wasn't allowed to listen. Well, me and Valerie both. We weren't allowed to listen to rock music. There's a lot of like 70s old rock that sometimes I don't know the words to them because I've never been able to just sit and listen to them, like everybody else did, and even my age, stuff that people my age listened to at that time. I don't know the words to most of the songs. I didn't even really started listening to rock music until I started sneaking it at about 12.
Smells like skunk. Did somebody fart?
Or smoke a doobie.
Did I step in something?
I'm back.
Hi, welcome back, Kata.
Kata.
I was just saying how we weren't able to listen to rock music when we were kids.
True.
Not.
It was the devil.
Not. Yeah, it was double. Oh, because, and I was trying to figure out why I started talking about that, and it's because TJ's going to her prom tonight. So.
Oh, I see. Well, that's fun. Although I did go to my first prom that I went to, my dad agreed to it. Of course, I was only, what, 14? I was very young. And it was a junior senior prom. So I went, but my dad said that we could go, but we couldn't dance. We weren't allowed to dance. And like we didn't dance because, and I don't know why, because I mean he wasn't going to be there.
You didn't
But
dance at all?
no.
Oh.
No. I mean we actually stayed. I remember we went to it was at Gang Sue's. The dinner was at Gang Sue's. And we went to dinner and then we went and hung out with some friends. We did some cruising and then I went home.
Wow. I remember like in junior high, they had a dance that was before school let out. Valerie was not a good girl.
I got to go get some stuff done. Sorry.
Okay.
Bye.
Adios.
See you later.
Yeah.
But it was before school let out, so it was like the last 2 periods or whatever, they were just gonna have a dance, and it was outside. Like our cafeteria was outside at Bartlett, so and there was just like the cement stage, that that the music was played on and everything. They had the DJ up there. And it was so fun for me. I mean, I completely remember everything that happened, that day, because it was just so fun for me.
Right.
And
I'm sure Mom knew about it. Mom knew
yeah,
about the dance, but Dad didn't know about the dance.
yeah.
Yeah.
Our mom she understood.
She was so cool. She was just so cool. But yeah, I mean, and then like I went to prom, I think I was my sophomore year, and I went to another junior or senior prom with somebody else, and
See, she ruined it for me.
there was no, I didn't. Then
Yeah, you did.
there was no set rules on this one, so but I don't even think we stayed. He was like a jock, so he just hung out with his buddies, and then of course we went up to, like, we called it Snob Hill.
Oh yeah.
And yeah.
And yeah. Did you find your
And use your
thrills on
imagination.
Blueberry Hill?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, and then by my junior year, the summer between my sophomore year and when I was going to go into junior, I ended up getting married and dropped out.
See, she
Yep.
ruined it for me.
I did. Sorry to say. Yep.
You kind of did.
I did. Oh yeah.
No, because I mean, my ex-husband, he asked Dad if he could take me to prom, and Dad told him no.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I wasn't allowed to go to my prom.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
What do you do? But
And you know what? If somebody was to say, we're having an adult prom, I think they should have adult proms.
oh yeah.
That would be so fun.
Yeah. Yep. I think it would be too.
I'm sorry, I'm way off topic today.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're fine. It's fine. It's just that it's that kind of day. So we're just gonna go with
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Let's see. Jack Smack. Probably Zilke going from the lead in Iron Maiden to a commercial airline pilot was certainly a strange career change, though. Yep. Oh, Jim and Tara say that they have an adult prom there where they live.
Oh. I think it would be cool.
Hank Allen Cash says prom was too lame for me. Had no interest in school functions back in the day.
See, I wish I could go back. I totally do.
Yeah.
I mean, even though a lot of it was hard at that
Yeah,
time, and I don't even care if I look the same, you know.
but that's the thing. If you knew now what if you knew
Back then, what I know now.
exactly, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
You would have done things different. You probably would have had a lot more friends and been a lot more active in things and
Yeah.
so
It's just not the way it works.
I hear you. I hear you. But and that was
And it
one
all
thing.
goes too fast.
I definitely, I encouraged my girls to go to prom. They went both their junior and senior year, both of them did. And, I encouraged that because of course I encouraged a lot of things that I wasn't, either unable to do or, there was restrictions and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, did I go with him or did I go with another guy? It just kind of popped in my head, but yeah, it was.
It was with Chuck, right?
Well, the first one was Chuck, and then the second one was Jimmy.
Jimmy. I don't remember Jimmy.
Jimmy Kabehi. Our dad worked with him at the, not with him, but his family at Standard
Yeah.
Register. And Jimmy was
No.
a cousin.
Our cousin?
No, a cousin of the Kabehis.
Oh. Oh my God. Let's
Didn't
not
I
go
say,
there.
didn't I say that it was going to be that kind of a morning?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was
I don't
like,
know.
I don't think he was our cousin.
Yeah, I don't know what's in this coffee, but man.
Wow.
Woo.
Whoop-she-doop-she-doo.
But I was very, very liberal with my daughters. You know, I just taught them to, be aware of their choices and there was good and bad choices and what's good and what's bad, so make the right one.
Yeah.
I know. I am so like I hate this feeling. I feel like I'm completely like fogged up. And I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning.
You
And
still feel foggy?
I do, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know why, but
Do you have any allergy medicine?
yeah, I think I have some Claritin in my
You
in my
should take
bag.
that. It probably feel better.
Yeah. Yeah, that, and I know Sally, she says that I ruined it for her, and I really did. I was talking to my dad the other day and I'm like, I am so surprised that you had more kids after me. I did. And he just laughed. He thought it was funny. I'm serious. I mean, just thinking about all the things that I did before Sally was even born. And it's like, man, I don't think I would have had any more kids. I would have went and got fixed. Just kind of crazy. Yeah, because I did, you know, a lot of rebellious things. Somebody said don't do something. I was the first one to go do it. My cousin had told me about that she had stole a car, and so me and my cousin went out and stole a car. Well, it was actually my mom and dad's car, but we still stole it. And we didn't think we got caught when we got back, but my mom was standing there in our bedroom at the window. That was a shocker. Like, oh shit. Oh.
Yep.
But I was a pretty early on, I was a very rebellious kid and got lots of spankings.
So did I. But mine was for stupid shit. Like, there was a day that we were in our car going home from church, and I said something like the seatbelt like scratched me or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I said something like, you know, I wish this car didn't exist, or it was something stupid. And my dad pulled over and made me get out. And he acted like he was going to leave me there in the boonies.
Yeah.
And I bawled because I was like 10, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I mean, that would be scary and, you know, traumatic, you know,
Yeah.
to be left. But I don't know. Life was so crazy back then.
Yeah, it was. What is Nikki saying? Oh.
But
Yeah, it really was. It's pretty nuts.
yeah, Blackberry Thistle Tea says in the 70s it was hard to dance to Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin. I can
You just
imagine.
headbang.
Yeah. Yeah.
You headbang and it's all good.
That was another thing that I did just to let you guys know or whatever. Spill the beans on myself. So, you know, when I was a teenager, we would have, you know, we had a shitty old skating rink. But, you know, it was something that the kids did and, you know. So anyway, I couldn't go unless it was a Christian night. So, you know, I go and then my next thing I know is the time is up and I see my dad walking through the place and they're like playing rock and roll music. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh
He's like,
no.
well, I thought it was Christian night. And he goes, and I said, well, you know, I said that was, you know, the last session. So I said, now it's the rock and roll kind. You know, I lied my way out of that one. I'm sure he could see right through that bullshit though.
Boy.
I am sure, but yeah. Sorry, Sally.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm sorry.
No fun for me.
Nope. Nope. Because anything that Sally said after that, it was like, nope, we ain't believing nothing you say.
Yeah. Doing nothing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm the baby of the family too, so that happened to me quite a bit. But also daddy's little girl, so I was spoiled quite a bit too. So
Yeah.
I'm not the baby. We had
Oh.
4 in our family.
oh,
We have a younger sister and then a brother after her.
Oh, I thought you were the youngest.
Nope. I may look like it, but you know.
Oh.
Sorry, I haven't been here much. I wanted to go to the bank and make sure everything was taken care of because
It's okay. I understand.
you know they start taking my money. I start getting nervous, and I'm not one of those people. If somebody's messing with my money, I don't wait for people to fix it. I go right to the source and make sure it's taken care of right away. None of this.
Right.
I mean, like even with PayPal or eBay, if they start messing with my money, like if I get a charge back or something, on the phone with them. I don't even piss around because that's my money. I'm not gonna screw around with my money.
Right.
And
I
I mean,
agree.
you know, $100 is not gonna make or break me right now, but some people it might.
Right.
It might break me, you know. I mean, but
Yeah.
it's just, you know, $100 is a lot of money to me to just up and lose, you know.
I
It was
get
actually 140 some dollars. So, but anyways,
Yeah. I'm the same way. You know, if there's any money involved, and you know anything
well,
like
I just
that.
want to nip it right in the bud because I mean, so many people have their identity stolen, and before they find out, they're like, everything's just crazy in their life, you know.
Right.
And I mean, I don't think this would be as severe as my identity being stolen, but you never know what they could do with that information, you know. And I just want to make sure that it's taken care of right away. I put kibosh on it right now.
Yep. Um.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I need my fidget spinner. I got a cool fidget spinner. It's a rainbow one, and it's the metal one, and it's really heavy. It's a really nice one.
Huh.
My daughter had a fidget spinner, and I was like, "This is sweet," you know. She had an El Cheapo one. Well, then I bought one off of eBay that was a light up one, and I thought that was cool. But then I saw this rainbow one, and I was like, "Ooh, this is really pretty." So I got that one, and I couldn't believe it. It comes in its own little box, and it's like heavier than heck, and it's just so pretty.
Huh.
Everybody's like, "Wow, this is like amazing." I'm a weirdo. That's
It's
right.
okay. It's all right. We're all kind of weird in our own little ways.
Well, then this morning I woke up as it was a nice morning. Birds were chirping, dogs were cuddling. It was just a nice morning. Then
Yeah, you're frozen, Nikki. You're very glitchy too. You know,
How about
Frankie's
now?
fine. Yeah, I can hear you fine.
I'm better.
Yeah.
Oh, then I realized that I forgot to pay this month. And here it's the 9th of the month. I'm like, oh crap. So now I'm gonna drive an hour away to pay my mortgage. I was gonna mail it, and I was like, no, I don't have nothing to do till like 2 o'clock. So I'm gonna drive down an hour south of me and go to that bank and just drop it off. Then I know it's there.
Yeah.
I totally spaced. I don't know how but I was like, where do I have all this money coming from? You know, where's all this money? Why is there so much money in my account? Well, here I didn't pay my biggest bill. Why buy money? Like, dang it, good thing I realized it and didn't just spend it.
Yeah. Yup, I hear you there. So yeah, I've been selling a lot on the marketplace, which is really done my daughter actually told me to put that stuff on there, and I really hadn't messed with it. But it actually has worked out really well. There's been, there's definitely some flaky people out there, and they say they want it and then they don't, and blah blah blah. But for the most part, it's been a pretty good experience. Trying to meet up with people um, and everything. So it's worked out. It's worked out really well.
That's good. I always forget to put stuff up there.
Yeah. My
I should
problem
put stuff
is
up there more often.
I put things up there, but the town that I live in is not big. The next town over, the biggest town over, it's 25 miles from me. And so I put it in there. But then there's another bigger town, and so I put it in there, and that's about 50 miles away. I kind of debate on whether to put that in there because it is such a distance away, but I feel like I won't get that exposure if I put it in the small areas. So, and sometimes people will be, pretty open to, travel a ways to get something if it's at a good price and if it's a good item. So, but I've done really well, and I'm trying to put some things on there, a lot of things just to get rid of. I'm never going to use those things, tools and yard tools and stuff like that. I'm not going to use that stuff. And so just trying to start getting rid of stuff other than my inventory, just other stuff in the garage and in the house, and just trying to get ready for whenever that day happens or that time happens that where I'm going to be able to move. Because I don't want to have to stick around too long after that and, worry about selling everything. So might as well do it now. Make a little bit of extra money off of it. So let's see what's in the chat. Frankie's find. There was an article on Facebook about those widget spinners containing lead and mercury. There's probably a bunch of stuff that's got lead mercury in it.
Yeah, I heard about that. My sister-in-law was telling me.
Uh-huh.
I imagine I'll be okay as long as I'm not sitting there sucking on it. I don't know.
I think you'll be all right.
I think keep it out of my
Sucking on
mouth
what?
and everything. Of course, you hear out of the whole conversation. You hear that. My fidget spinner.
No, I guess the fidget spinners, somebody, Frankie Spine said that there was something that said that they had mercury and lead in the fidget spinners.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but can y'all hear that mouse?
I do.
Yeah, it's just chewing up the lines today.
Sally's
pack rat.
And
Okay. It's gone now. That's weird.
Yeah, it comes and goes.
But
I was on mute.
there you go. So I got a lot of things I still got to get listed today. I want to get the majority of my new stuff that I got at the thrift store and try and get that all listed today.
I forgot I was supposed to do these packages.
The what?
I forgot I was. Oh, get it. I was supposed to do these packages and I forgot.
Uh-oh.
So I have to get them done.
Thought one of you guys was listing like, typing like mad. Oh, no, it's for some reason, every once in a while we get this little, sounds like a mouse, like chewing up the line or whatever. I don't know what it is. But,
I'm not sure.
like Morse code, yeah. I don't know what that's all about. But that's what I got planned for today. I'm going to be doing some listing, and I got a couple of people coming for some stuff, or to pick up some stuff this afternoon. I'm going to be doing some selling. Today will be a good day. It's supposed to start getting warm here again. Probably, I think high 80s today, and then high 90s tomorrow. So tomorrow will be a good day to list too. Just stay inside and in the air conditioning. But that's good.
Every day is a good day to list.
This is true. This is true. You know, but sometimes, like yesterday, you know, I had to leave here at 12, and I didn't get back until 4. So, you know, even though I listed last night, you know, I wish there was a way that I could kind of, you know, do it a little bit more. When I have places to go, it's more difficult to list, of course. So I just have to, you know, the next day I just need to kind of double up and get going. Hey, you know what? I got plans for a nap today too. As soon as this show's over, I'm going to go take one. For some reason, I'm tired. But that's definitely the plan. Probably shouldn't take a nap because I need to list, but even if it's just for an hour.
Nap would be nice.
Sup, dog? You're new here. I've not seen you here before. That's what I found, you know, even if I'll just set my alarm for an hour and lay down, and then I can get up and I'm 100% better. But if I just sit here and try to, you know, make it through, yeah, I ain't worth a damn. So. Let's see. Morning, Sherry. Hope everybody's having a good day. Anybody got any special plans this weekend? Besides listing? I don't. I'm planning on just staying in and listing this weekend. I know next weekend, right now they're having the citywide yard sales and stuff at, you know, different towns. And I know next weekend is one of the towns close. It's probably about 30 miles away. But so I may or may not go to that. We'll have to just see what happens. I mean, I like to go to those because of the, the items and being able to get things for a little cheaper. But I kind of have to weigh between, do I want to go get more stuff or do I want to spend that time listing and, getting things up so it can be sold? So, and I think I probably need to do the latter, um, just because I need sales more than I need stuff.
Sometimes, is my sound okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes, it's nice when you can go get a good deal. Like you guys know I have plenty of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like this last weekend was that school auction. And in years past at school auctions, I've gotten really good stuff. And
Right.
I've made thousands of dollars off the stuff. So there was no way, no matter how much stuff I have, was I going to miss this sale, this
Mm-hmm.
auction, you know. And I got a lot more stuff, but I mean, like I sold that scoreboard for $500 and
Right.
um just got so much stuff, and good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes, like I say, you got to make hay when the sun shines.
That's true. And like when I when I was working full time, and I'd go to the thrift store. I mean, I would go literally every day. That was my thing that I did usually on my lunch hour if I was in the area or around somewhere that had a thrift store. But,
Yeah,
and I'd bring the stuff home, but I didn't have the time to list it.
yeah,
So things just kept building up and building up. And, then when I went full time last year, I was pretty much working on that. Um, and now I'm just barely, I have one more tote of those clothes. And then, that'll be it from that. So it's basically, I didn't go anywhere usually in December, January, February. I didn't go sourcing at all. So that inventory has lasted me probably about 6 months,
mm,
which, thank goodness for that.
yeah, yeah. It brought you through when you didn't have a car.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, having some more inventory than you'd like to have is sometimes a good thing.
Right.
And like I say, during the winter, auctions really stink up here. So yeah, sometimes it's nice to have that extra inventory.
Exactly. And I'm trying to um decrease the things that are in the house.
Yeah,
And so, and the garage. Um, so that way when I'm ready to go, I, you know, basically just donate everything that I have left. And I would rather sell it, most definitely. So that's kind of my goal.
hmm
Oh, sorry
yeah.
guys.
Your situation is a little different than mine, though. I'm not going anywhere. Where you're trying to move, and
Right, right.
you know,
And basically when I move, it's going to be, I'm not taking any furniture. I'm taking, bare essentials, paperwork, you know, uh, it's going to be basically, I'm going to have enough stuff that hopefully I can put everything in the bed of the truck and
oh,
then I can leave because there's not going to be that much. Um, so that's the goal. Yeah. And, that holiday is coming up and a lot of people buy things online for Father's Day. Um,
hmm
so yeah, definitely get ready to list, or start listing now. Yeah, Jack, and that's the thing too is, from when I was sourcing every day to now, I mean, I've definitely seen the mistakes that I made as far as what I bought. There's some things that aren't very good. Um, and so I have to, you know, sometimes if it's not good, I'll put it on for $5.
Hmm.
Get rid of it, get it out of my hair. So, but and before we know it, I think it's the end of this month, June 30th. I think you can get. It's either June 30th or July 1st. You can get the supplies, your shipping supplies. So it'll be time for that again. Me, I'll probably wait until after I get back from California, which will be the 15th, 16th, something around there. And then I'll order my stuff. Yeah, I'm going to California.
Hmm.
See my kiddo and my grandkiddo.
My niece had her baby yesterday.
Oh, did she?
Mm.
Good.
Who did?
7 pounds, 13 ounces.
Goodness.
Who did?
My niece.
Oh,
I'm a great aunt again.
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He's
What are
a
you
pretty
gonna do
little
with
boy.
What are you gonna do with the show while you're visiting? Are you just gonna shut it down, or is Sally gonna do it, or?
I could do it. It doesn't matter. But I
Yeah,
probably do it from where she's
I
at.
don't mind. Yeah, I'll probably just get with Sally. I know that it's hard to do that. Well, I mean, even though she's on the show every day, but I don't want to put any extra stress on her to,
There's no stress.
yeah, but you're working and all of that. I just don't want to, you can do whatever if you want to have the show, that's fine. If you don't, I understand that too.
Yeah. I should be fine.
When are you going?
I leave the 3rd, July 3rd.
Oh,
So, and then I'll be gone till I think I come back the 14th of July. So I'm going to be gone for 10 days, 11 days. But yeah, it's my grandson's birthday, and we're going to San Francisco to an aquarium there. And then
Not Monterey.
I don't think so.
That's the best one.
I think Julie was saying she wanted to go there, but it was like $50 a person to get in.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And the one at San Francisco is only, I think she said it was like 20. So, and then we'll come back home. We'll have the birthday party, and then she said something about going to the beach the next day. I was like, well, I can do the beach. I like the beach. Tim said he found a stash of tape guns, and so in the future, if anyone needs one, let me know.
paint gun.
I found at a thrift store and all working. That's really good. List that stuff.
Did you say
Get it up
paint gun?
Pinkham. I don't know.
Tape gun.
No, tape gun. I was
No,
like,
paint. No, did he say paint gun or tape gun?
No,
Tape.
tape gun.
Oh,
And I know what I just said, Tim. I said list it, but I understand your situation too. I just remembered. So scratch that. Good morning, Maureen. Come to Santa Cruz. That's actually where we're gonna go. We're gonna go to Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk.
Oh,
And it's
You know-
probably been, I would say, probably over 20 years since I've been to Santa Cruz. Love it. Love
I've
it there.
never been to Santa Cruz.
You never been there?
No, it was like one of the places that I never got to go. I mean,
It's a
I've
lot
been
cooler.
to a lot of places, but
It's a lot cooler there. A lot colder. Because it's north. So
yeah, it sounds fun. Okay, I gotta go take my packages out real quick.
okay. Grandma Magic Classic says, good group, Maureen. Thank you, Grandma Magic Classics. I'm glad you think that we're drama free, because that's what we try to do, but and for the most part it is. I don't think we really have any issues. I hear you, Tim. I need to be picky what I
I'll get
list.
along pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if you have drama, that creates drama. So, if you don't have it to start off with, then, you're probably not going to have it later. That's my theory. Maybe wrong, but that's kind of my theory. So that's the way we like it. Lord knows we don't need no drama. If I want to go see drama, or if I want drama in my life, I'll go get on the Real Housewives of whatever, and watch that. But at least I know I'm in control. I can turn it off at any time. So that's the way I think.
Well, that's like my nephew, his girlfriends and stuff. They're all drama.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, guys, life does not have to be this hard.
Right. Right. Very true. Yeah, Tim, he said, I thought if you sold something, you could relist something else. But yeah, that's correct. You cannot do that. You get basically a flat 10, whether you sell it or not. You can't take the place of it. Once it's sold, and you are right about that too. Everyone has gone through that at one time or another. And you just have to you have to push through. And do you have all 10 of your listings done right now, or are you kind of saving a few back just in case you run into a hot item? Yeah. I mean, definitely, like somebody was saying yesterday, just keep calling, be persistent, act it. Not, you don't have to act, but, be excited about, when you do call eBay to find out if they can, increase your limit. I would just be excited and very open-minded as far as, trying to let them know that, you're a good seller and that you're trying hard. And I would keep giving them calls though. All I can say is no. And that's okay if they say no. You just go back in a week and try it again. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Jack Smack says, I'd give up all the home runs for consistent bread and butter finds. Yeah. Yeah, I think you need those both. You need to kind of think outside the box. You need to, find those weird items that more than likely people are talking about. So, but let's see. I think you have to have those home runs, plus you have to have the bread and butter, because you're not going to find home runs and list home runs for every day. It's that's just not realistic. But that's kind of where we're at. Bearded Picker asked, Jack, do you put strawberry or grape jam on butter or on bread or butter items or butter items? I am not a real big jam jelly type of person. I like to have I like sweet, but I'm not, that to me that doesn't taste good, the combination. So sorry, I'm just reading from the post. I hope y'all aren't bored.
Can you hear me okay without my headphones?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, because I can't hear with my headphones for some reason.
It's fine.
They're like really quiet. Well, they don't fit my ears. They're like too big for my ears, so.
Right. No worries.
But I'm driving. I'm driving out of town, so I didn't know how my sound was gonna be.
Yeah, you sound great.
Oh, good. I feel bad because you're sitting there talking by yourself.
It's fine. No, I'm fine. I'm just trying to pull some stuff out of the air. Okay, so here's a question for you. So, there's a lot of, Sally was even saying yesterday, there's a lot of resellers online doing resale videos. Who do you like to watch? Who's like your favorite picker that has a video? I'd just like to hear some examples or different people. Now I do have one. It's called Bin Pickers,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like them. It's a husband wife duo team, and they do really well. They have, I think it's four or five kids, and then I think it's next month, or no, next year they're actually going to start traveling, doing the traveling thing. So,
Wow. I'm subscribed to Bin Pickers, but I don't think I've ever watched their videos. I see their notifications come up, but then I see Bin Pickers like,
You're breaking up really bad, Nikki.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't really watch YouTube videos, honestly.
Good morning, Eric.
Morning. I'm subscribed to a lot of people. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, so I see, and I have notifications on my one computer. So if somebody puts up a topic
Mm-hmm.
that I think it might be interesting, I'll turn it on and listen to it.
Right.
But I don't really follow anybody. I mean, I've seen most of Dusty's. I haven't watched a new Dusty video in a long time, or Jim's videos, and because I mean I see them all live. I don't really need to watch them, so because we hang out a lot after these shows and things like that. You know, like I said, you know, the ones I watched recently, I watched a Lindy Glenn video. I watched a 10K on the Bay video. Picker's Church. God, I'm trying to think of Garage Flip. I mean, I see them, but I don't really watch them. I sit down and like, okay, what's the topic, and kind of interested in see what they're doing. I really like to watch two types of videos. I like to see unique haul videos, and not and again, I've been to the bins. I'm not a big bin. The bin here in Dayton, or the one in Dayton, Ohio, which is closest to me. It's not the greatest. At least on the day I went, it wasn't a horrifying experience or anything like that. It was just, yeah, I'm more of a selective picker. I mean, if you were, it's easy to make money at the bin, but it's hard work. I mean, you can really go and get a lot of stuff, but you can't be as selective as I like to be. So when you're grabbing in quantity, which is great, because I mean, quantity at $10, you know, sell 10 things for $10 is, you know, almost as good as selling one thing for 100. It's just more work.
Right.
So I don't have a problem with somebody going to the bins and picking stuff up. It's just not my thing. So I like to see, you know, where, you know, storage unit hauls or antique hauls. I mean, the one that Dusty did with the storage unit was great. The one that Chad did where he was showing that unique estate pick, that was interesting because it's kind of different stuff. And then I also like to see what items sold for. You know, I don't really care what you paid for it, because I mean, you pay for whatever you pay for, but I like to see what unique things are sold for, because again, those help set the market, and also helps me educate myself for when I'm out there and see, oh, I didn't realize those things sold. I can't tell you the number of Polaroid cameras I used to pass up, because it never fathomed in the back of my head that somebody would actually pay money for a Polaroid camera.
Yep.
I mean, and that was the crazy thing. I just never bought them, so I was like, oh, why buy that crap? I mean, it's old tech. Nobody makes the film anymore. And again, this is, you know, I took a big break from eBay for many years, and I would sell things, but it would be very high end, very selective, you know, worth $400 or $500 at a time, because I was working all the time. You know, I wasn't doing this full time. I had a full time, you know, a full time job where I was working 70 to 80 hours a week. So those are the type of videos I like to watch. I don't really care who puts them out, to be honest.
Right.
I mean, I used to listen to the Scavenger Life, what do they call those?
Podcast.
Yeah, podcast, when I was listing. But anymore, if I'm going to list, I either have music on, or I put a movie that I know so well that I don't need to watch it, but I can listen to it, and then I just list. And you know, I guess it's kind of, you evolve, you grow. You get to the point where you're comfortable enough in your own business, you don't really need advice, but it certainly doesn't hurt to listen to other people, what they're picking up, so that, again, it just helps me, you know, down. Like I said, I don't garage sale. I know I miss a lot of opportunities, but I have so much stuff and so many opportunities to pick really good stuff. I don't really care.
Right.
But again, if I was in a different area, a different market that had crappy auctions, and I had no other choices, I'd go to the bins, I'd go to the garage sales.
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope, nothing wrong with that. And again, like I said, I love people who put out YouTube videos, because anytime you're sharing, as long as you're sharing good content, and by good content, I mean, don't give bad advice.
Right.
Don't tell people to do things that are going to hurt their eBay business. by violating eBay policies. Don't do stupid things like investing a lot of money in your business when you don't really know your business.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go out and spend $1,000 buying stuff that you don't really know. You know, this business is a great business to start and work at and slowly build up. And that's how the successful people started. Nobody jumps into eBay making a living.
Right.
You can't. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. You have to work at it and kind of feel your way through and figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. I started out selling when I decided to quit doing home inspections in 2014 and decided to say, you know what, I enjoy doing eBay, I enjoy the auction circuit. I said, why am I selling all my collectibles at live auctions when I can get 3 times the money on eBay? I just have to do the work. And so I decided, you know what, I just need to be that guy that's going to sell every day on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
And when I jumped back into eBay, it was slow. And because I was selling unique one-of-a-kind items, and those don't move as fast. And so I started watching like Jason Smith, you know, the J&A show and things like that. And I didn't realize that clothing was such a big business. And it's a lot of work to list clothing, and you know, it was just fine. You know, so I wasn't working, you know, doing a whole lot anyway, so why not do the work? And so I got into clothing, and then, you know, like everybody else, I jumped into t-shirts and coffee mugs
Mm-hmm.
because those were hot. And I got some really smoking deals on Starbucks mugs. I bought like 17 of them at an auction once for like $40. So when you're doing stuff like that, I learned that t-shirts are okay, but the unique ones sell for the most, and the average everyday t-shirts just aren't going to sell. But it helped me open my eyes to different areas. Clothing was one of them, so I started selling a lot of clothing. I wasn't buying clothing at thrift stores. I was buying it at estates. You know, I'd go in and I'd make an offer at the end of the day, last day of the estate sale, because clothing is one of the few things that barely gets picked over at estate sales. I'd walk in with $50 to $100 and lay it down and said, I'll take every piece of clothing you have left. And I would fill my car with, and I used to carry big garbage bags in the back in a box in my car, and I literally would just walk in the garbage and just start stuffing closets full. And I had so much stuff to list, but I was finding Burberry, and because you know, estate sales are typically put on by people who actually had money.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see estate sales too often at poor people's houses.
Right.
Let's just be honest, that's what it is. I mean, they don't have estate sales, they have garage sales. So I was doing really well with that, but and the quantity and the volume I was getting, I mean, I bought one at an estate. It was an online auction, but it was an estate sale. They were cleaning it out, and I bought all the clothing they had in the estate sale. And they didn't tell you how much. They said totes of clothing, and I literally had to make 2 trips with an HHR that was absolutely jam packed. And I was able to get. Oh, I actually had my daughter show up and help me as well. I ended up with like 15 or 16 18-gallon totes of clothing.
Wow.
And they were packed full. Half of them were new with tags. I mean, I had leather outfits that had original tags on them for $300. Had no idea what I had. I mean, I donated half of them. I had a pile that was 6 feet tall by the time I was going through of stuff I wanted to list. And my first tote I grabbed, I had a lot of Disney store stuff in it that was new with tags. And I paid only $14 for all the clothing. And I made over $200 in the first tote that I opened up. So there's a lot of people out there that put out YouTube content, and be selective.
Right.
You know, just don't. This is my message to all YouTube providers out there. Don't put out bad information. If it works for you and you want to put that out, great. But if you haven't tested it out, don't put it out. Test it first. You know, stand behind what you put out. That's all I want to ever hear is, I mean, I'll listen to anybody. I don't really care.
Right.
Anything I can pick, any piece of knowledge that I can pick up from somebody that helps me grow my business, I'm thankful for.
Yep.
And that's why I do these videos, because I like to give back too. Rant over. Guess I should bring up the chat, and I have no idea what anybody's saying. Give me a minute. I had real trouble sleeping last night.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's just one of those things. Actually, I started working out, so that's a new thing for me. I haven't done that in many, many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And I joined Planet Fitness. And everybody's Planet Fitness is different. It all depends on who runs it and everything. The one I went to was actually very nice. I had a sale last week, so I got a good deal. I didn't have to pay their enrollment fee, and I don't even have to pay a bill until the middle of next month. But honestly, the only reason I joined was because of the massages.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
got that hydro massage, and they've got the I don't know. Yeah, I think everybody's seen them. They're in the malls. One of the chairs that squeeze your legs and do your back and everything. And I have real issues with my back, and you know, when my wife was around, you know, she always massaged my back because I used to drive a lot. So I mean, I was always hurting. And I'm like, yeah, I really wish I could get a massage. I'm like, I'm not gonna go someplace and pay somebody for a massage. And nobody wants to rub this body, so somebody who's married to me. So I'm like, oh, how can I get massages cheap? And I'm like, because I mean, they're $60 to $100 for a good massage, and they're well worth it. I have a couple of friends that are massage therapists. They don't live here, unfortunately. They live back where I used to live. But I'm like, so I had a friend that posted a video of her getting a hydro massage. I'm like, you know what? I think I might be able to get into that for $20 a month. 3 massages a week. Why not? You know, I mean, if I join, just go and lay down and get a massage 3 times a week, it's worth the $20 a month.
Right.
So
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm actually going to try and lose some weight and try to get myself back into a little bit better shape. I don't have to be perfect, but I'd like to get down to where I was at about 10 years ago.
Right. That's
Which
great.
is not high school weight, but close.
How tall are you, Eric?
I'm 6'2".
Okay.
Yeah, I weigh a lot. Most people don't realize how much I weigh because I'm so tall. I'm tall, so I can carry it differently. I mean, I'm a fat bastard. Don't get me wrong, but most people don't realize I weigh 330 pounds because I don't carry all my weight here. It's kind of spread out pretty evenly. I mean, but I was 220 pounds back in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really eat that much. I just don't move that much either. I sit in my chair and I watch my TV. I work my eBay. So
I understand completely.
I will definitely recommend that if you do this job full time, you need to get out there and move and do other things as well.
Yep.
Because it's very easy to become a fat bastard picker like me. So.
You're not that.
Oh,
Look what I found.
What is that?
Fine.
Poison by Christian Dior. Is it brand new or is it still have somewhere?
It's got like this much out of it. Like that much. Looks like it with new in the box it goes for about 40 with the shipping. So like 30.
How much is in there? I mean, how many ounces is the original box?
1.7 ounces.
Okay. Well, you can ship that ground with no problem. So when you do your listing, make sure you put in that you're shipping it ground because that's the post office rules for perfumes and stuff. So you have to actually select that as the only way to ship it. So when you charge shipping, it's going to charge a different rate for that.
Oh.
Because priority, anything that goes in the air can't be flammable. So supposedly, it's just they want to be extra careful.
Right.
Okay.
Understandable.
Yeah, Tim says it right. If you've never been to a live auction, find one and go. Doesn't matter what they're selling. Learn about the auction circuit because that is where the money is made. I will tell you that right now. You will find items that you will make 10 times your money on most items if you buy smart.
Right.
And Tim even points out, if you have a preview day, that's the best day to go, because you got all the time in the world to sit there and take pictures and look stuff up and try to figure out what it's really worth. And it gives you a day, sometimes even a week to sit there and research. And I know we've done videos on it, and Dusty's talked about it with like all the online auctions that I do. I don't go in willy-nilly and just bid. I research the crap out of stuff, because I usually have a week worth of stuff to decide on what it's really worth.
Right.
And you just kind of bid, or you bring your friends in on it, or your coworkers, guys, like we do hangouts. Anybody can do a hangout.
Right.
Find a couple of people that you really kind of hit it off with that sell similar things, make contact with them, do hangouts, and then start talking to them and figure out what they sell and how they sell, what their knowledge is. That's why, Jason, is on the show all the time. He's the machine tool guy. I never would have bought machine tools in my life, but I just sold a couple of antique tools that I paid $16 for $100 a quarter.
Nice.
I never would have bought them. I didn't think they'd be worth anything. And he said, "Oh yeah, those are going to be worth decent money." And I'm like, "All right." So already I'm doing very well just on the stuff that he has, and I've helped him with his stuff. I mean, that's just what we do.
Right.
But yeah, auctions is to me, auctions is where the best stuff is. Yeah, auctions can be addictive too. So don't be ashamed of that. I used to be the live auction circuit. I was well known on in West Virginia. I mean, I was at, trying to think, there was a Wednesday night, there was a Thursday night, there was a Saturday and a Sunday. Usually I was at 4 at least a week. And if I was traveling, I had auctions out everywhere that I traveled to, that I could go and if I knew, like Tuesday nights, and is it Tuesday or Wednesday? I can't, it's been so long, so I can't remember. Out in Salisbury, Maryland, there's an auction house, a little tiny auction house, but I always got good stuff from it. One down in Bexley, West Virginia. I mean, I used to travel all over, so I always made sure Auctions Up was my friend, and I would fill the trunk of my car up with auction buys while I'm working, because most of those auctions were usually after I got off work, and could do well at.
Wow. Very good.
Fun stuff. And I wish that I'd been doing thrift store picking back then, because my God, I traveled so much, I probably saw everything.
Yeah.
I didn't have time for it, and I didn't even really know it was a thing.
Oh, you're welcome, Angela. She said, thank you, morning show, for being honest and keeping it real and just wanting to enjoy the community.
We try to, and drama free.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why there's no, itinerary on, there's no sections, of things that section is the wrong.
We don't have topics.
No, we don't have topics. When we start the group in the morning, it's whatever's on everybody else's mind, or what's on our mind. Whether we have, things that we have sold and we want to talk about it, that's usually the case. But, sometimes it's questions in the chat, or, I like doing it more of a freestyle, and that way it just kind of gives everybody a room to talk without, having to stick to a topic.
Those are the best shows. I mean, when Dusty goes live sometimes, and it's got me and Jason or Jim are on it or something like that, we usually have something we're talking about, but it's usually because we bought like an auction buy.
Right.
We got a big pick that we wanted and we're just doing a live haul.
Right.
The best comments we ever get are usually on the ones that it's just like, we don't even know what we're getting. We're just kind of showing everybody what the boxes were. Like I did the one with Dusty where I had a huge auction buy, and I didn't even know what I had. I just literally packed up the boxes and brought them home. And the next day we opened the boxes live on the air. Because I didn't even know what I had, because it was an online auction, so I couldn't really research. I'd done a lot of research on the guy. And I mean, I have some of the coolest stuff out there, and I have real trouble. My problem is I love stuff. I love cool stuff.
Right.
And so how do I sell it? Because I love it so much. believe it or not, I actually have the very first ever picture taken with an electron microscope in my collection.
Really?
Yeah, because the guy who the auction buyer was invented the electron microscope, and he was also an amateur photographer. And then I have his very first picture. It's even labeled on the back, first picture. I have the negative for the picture, and I have the picture, so I actually have all the rights to it as well. And he had a model of the electron microscope at the auction, but I was bidding on it, but it was getting a little crazy, and I was heavily invested in this auction. I spent almost $800, which to me is a heavy investment for somebody who's an eBay seller. Not for some people, it's not, but for me, it was. And I didn't really go too high. And then I talked to the gentleman who bought it, and it turned out that he was actually buying it for the university where it was actually invented at, and they wanted it back for their collection. So I couldn't have won it no matter what. He said, "Yeah, I was authorized to spend whatever it took to get it. They wanted it. When you have a backing of a university or something like that, you can't win stuff like that."
Right.
So I dropped out to like 100.5, and he was still going. So, but so I might contact that university and see if they want that or not. I'm not real sure. I mean, I just have real trouble letting go of really cool stuff. But it is what it is. I'll probably sell it all eventually.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Pardon me for eating. I haven't eaten today, so.
It's fine. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the show, guys. Hope everybody has a great day and a great weekend. Get lots of sales, and we will see you later. See you Monday.
Forget to do your challenge.